Hello everyone, my name is Gemma and I'm here again to discuss and address some of the so many challenges marriages and relationships face in our society leading to the high rate of divorce today. There are so many challenges marriages and relationships are facing in our society, and because most times we don't know how to manage these problems, one person eventually gets to be abused in their relationship in one way or the other, which is usually the woman. So a lot of women in our society has experienced domestic violence in their relationships, and they tend not to talk about these things because of our sociocultural belief or fear of the unknown and so many other things. And I want to address the issue of some of us not being able to identify what the problems are in our relationships, or sometimes we identify these problems, but because when we don't manage it, or because when we experience these problems, it eventually gets to the point of domestic violence, some of us patiently wait so that we can put the blame on domestic violence. I want to address this issue. I want us to first note that an abusive person is a person who is toxic to the society at large, not just to you who he or she is in a relationship with. An abusive person needs rehabilitation and reformation. That person needs help, and it is unsafe for anyone to stay with an abusive person. Because of that, you most times help from a distance. Sometimes series of events can turn a person into being an abusive person. At the same time, it could reform a person. I want us to know that this is different with a couple having issues in their marriage or in their relationship, and you guys don't know how to manage your problems. You start quarreling, it gets so intense, you get physical and you start fighting. When you fight, you abuse yourselves. The stronger person abuses the weaker person. Some cases it's the man. It's mostly the men because men are usually stronger than women. In some cases, the women are stronger, they beat the man. So either ways, you abuse yourselves. And this is very unsafe because in the course of that fight, one person could get badly injured. One person can die in the process. For newly married couple, your wife can be pregnant at the time and you hit her, it turns into something else. So you need to get a grip on yourself. If it gets so intense, walk away. But at the same time, I want us to know that the fact you fought with your partner does not mean either of you are abusive. Sometimes you fight because you don't know how to manage your problems. It doesn't necessarily mean that as you progress, you will keep fighting. Some people do, but sometimes when your marriage grows, in your relationship, you get older, you get wiser, you learn how to manage yourselves better, and you stop fighting in time. So know that it is not guaranteed that if you're fighting in your marriage must end. I'm saying this because I have witnessed couples fight. I don't want to go into details about it. One of the ones I witnessed, as a matter of fact, affected me psychologically because I started a war against the opposite gender. I started fighting to prove that girls too beat boys, not only boys beat girls. And that marriage is 16 years old and counting today. If you're a man, you got married to a girl, she gets pregnant and starts giving birth, her body starts changing, you don't like it anymore, you're not attracted to her anymore. You start frustrating her to drive her away with your frustration. You taunt her until you turn her whole existence into nothingness. Please, you need to stop it. Women go through a lot of things in their lifetime and still try to keep it together. So nobody has the right to seize happiness from another person. You don't like her, you don't want it. Please get out of her life. Do not frustrate her. She's going to face her challenges and rise again because she's a woman. She's made of more. Sometimes these abusers don't abuse you necessarily because they want you to leave. They abuse you because it makes them feel good about themselves. Your weakness and your defenselessness make them feel strong. Some women do these things to their fellow women, but you just do it with your mouth. Men do their own with their strength. You open your mouth and say all sorts of nonsense about your fellow woman just to make yourself feel good or present yourself to be a better person. You people are not good people, and you people are very undeserving of anyone, not even a dog as a pet. If you're a woman and this is the same case with you, you got married to a man, you had expectations when you married him, you got there and it fell below your expectations. Please leave on the account that your marriage fell below your expectations. You're no longer attracted to him, you're not in love with him anymore. Whatever it is, you lack love for him, you don't want to try to make it work, you don't want to stay and work it out. Leave him on the grounds that you lack love for him. You want to be like the Western people. These people identify the problems in their relationships, they talk about it, and they divorce peacefully. A man will wake up, he's not in love with his wife anymore. Oh, I'm not in love with you anymore. I want to experience the world. I feel stuck here. This is not what... They just go peacefully. They don't wait until one person is being abused before they get divorced. You want to be like them, act like them. Own your problems and stop changing it. Stop mixing it up. Domestic violence is a big problem in our society. So many women are facing this as a challenge in their marriages and in their relationships. So when it comes out that a woman is being abused, the society frowns at it and condemns it outrightly. I don't know if they automatically sign the divorce papers at the law court. You drive by, pick it up, and off you go. So some people patiently wait to put the problem on domestic violence. You wait to use it as a means to an end. Your marriage did not fail because of domestic violence. You need to learn to own up to your problems. I have a problem with you because each time you do this, you come out and become a feminist. You come out and tell us to speak up, don't die in silence, when you know that domestic violence is not the reason your marriage failed. You only used it as a means to an end. Each time you do this, you make a total mockery of feminism. You lie to yourself, you lie to the society. I said it in my previous video. If domestic violence is the problem you're facing in your marriage, speak while you're still there so that help will come. Not when you've come out. Feminism is not what gives you the right to leave your marriage. It gives you the right to defend yourself in the marriage. Marriage counselors will tell us marriage is an institution. I don't think anybody goes to an institution to find out if they're going to pass or fail. You go there with the sole aim of passing so that you can graduate. So marriage is not a place for you to go and find out if it's going to work or not. You go with the mindset that it is going to work. The sole aim of making it work, it has got to work. So you do your best until your best is not good enough. Most times it is not safe that you do your best from within because one person has already become abusive. So you do it from a distance. That is why there's separation before divorce. Own your problems and stop changing. Stop mixing it up. Nobody fails a course in an institution when it's time for you to rewrite, to go and sit for another course. You go back. You revisit the course. You study it, understand it. When you pass, you progress. If you failed once, you failed 2 times and 3 times, the institution draws to your attention. They help profile a solution or you withdraw. I am glad I'm saying this at a time like this that we want reformation in our country. We want the police system to be reformed. So I want us to reform our mindset, the way we're looking at marriage, the mindset we have towards marriage these days. I want us to reform that mindset. We need reformation in our society. As a matter of fact, all of us, we need reformation, individual reformation, because we are becoming toxic to one another and it is unhealthy. These things are affecting us in our everyday life, in our various aspects of our lives. So you need to ask yourself the question. If you're the person I'm sending this message to and you're already married, you know what to do. If you're still single, please ask yourself the question. Discover yourself and ask yourself if it is necessary and important that you must get married in the first place. And that is my message for you today. Until I come your way next time, I urge you to still watch out for me, and I'll be looking at the comment sections for your contributions. Thank you.